This month, we celebrated International Women's Day, and I'm here to talk about a very important topic, which is women in leadership. I'm fortunate to have with me Tania Caza today to share her insights in this important topic of women in leadership. Tania brings with her over 20 years of experience in executive leadership and mentorship and driving strategy, and believes in a collaborative and mentorship approach in order to foster inclusivity as well as building amazing trust within organizational culture. In August of 2021, Tania left the corporate world to open her very own Tango Business Coaching and Consulting. I'm so excited to have Tania here with me today to join in this conversation. Welcome, Tania.
Thank you so much, Louisa, for having me here. This is such an honor to be talking about this important topic and to be here hanging out with you.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to dive right into the questions.
Perfect.
So, what would you say is the biggest barrier for female leadership today?
I know, as a female growing up into this corporate world, there are so many external obstacles and barriers and things that get in our way all of the time. However, you can't control any of those things. The one thing we can control is ourselves and the belief in ourselves. And I think for myself and for many other women that I know that have quote unquote succeeded, that has been the game changer. So I think that is the one thing that we can control. Get out of our own way, right? So my coach used to call this unshakable belief. So what is the unshakable belief that you need to have in yourself that you can accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish? And it doesn't mean it's easy, right? There are lots of things that you're going to have to deal with and, break down the barrier and break through the glass ceiling and do all of those different things. But if you believe that you can, then you will get the support system around you to help you through it and get through the tough times and get through the easy times, right? So for me, self-belief, that unshakable belief that you can do the things that you want to do is critical.
So what are the things would you say that helped you build that confidence and resilience to sort of get to where you are today?
This will be a bit of a story. So for me, growing up, I had a kick. Can I swear? I had a kick-ass mom. She was 120% confident in herself, but also confident in her two daughters. Amazing. And, my dad didn't have a choice, right? So he had girls and they raised us in a way where gender didn't matter. We grew up on a farm and Dad never said, oh, you're a girl, you can't lift that thing. Or, oh, you're a girl, you can't do whatever. He would just say, get over there and lift the thing and get over there and do whatever we needed to do. So my sister and I were both raised in this way where gender wasn't a conversation at all. It was never a barrier. So I was lucky enough to have that confidence instilled in me from the moment I was born. But when I became a leader, I noticed very quickly, I had males and females on my team. I noticed very quickly the difference. So, men would come into my office and very early on and say, cross their legs and sit back and go, what is it that I need to do to get to the next level? And females would come in, and these are a bit generalizations, I understand, right? So but the vast majority of females would come in and say, so I did these 10 things. Did I do them well? What do I need to do better at these 10 things? And they're looking for validation. They're looking for recognition. And very rarely did I have women come into me and say, what do I need to do to get to the next level? I want to get to the next level. Very rarely. So I think there's two things that can happen in this area. One is as a leader and as a female leader, lighting the path and shining the path on our females who want and have the potential and want to actually do something different or better with their careers. If they want to get into leadership, help them get there. Shine the path on what that could look like for them. So I think that's the first thing. I think the second thing is for females themselves. So there's this book called The Confidence Code, and it's about building confidence in women. And read the book. It's a great book. It's an easy read. But the nuts and bolts of it is you gotta try it. And women build confidence when they try things and they do things, and then they become, more ingrained as time goes on. So I think for women, the message here is you got to take a step forward. You got to put yourself out there a little bit. You got to try it. You've got to know and be aware that it's not going to be perfect the first time. This perfect thing, like, can we just
exist?
Can we just get rid of that word altogether? Like, no more perfect. You just know that you're going to fail. Just know that you're going to fall down. You're going to learn, and try it again, right? And man, if you have a leader who believes in you, you believe in yourself, because we've talked about self-belief, and you're going to try it, you are now set up in a supportive environment to, keep doing the things and keep building the confidence. So that, I think, is the nuts and bolts of that confidence question.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most positive experience that you had as a woman in leadership?
Yeah. I have been really fortunate that I have seen many different leadership styles. So I think being most of my career in the HR space, you see all kinds of different leaders and different approaches. And I think for me, I've always been a bit of an observant leader. So I've noticed different approaches that impact people in different ways, right? So and I was also really fortunate to receive a coaching approach pretty early on in my leadership journey, and really felt like that worked for me. So hence the journey that I've been on to work toward becoming a coach, but also working toward becoming a coach leader.
Amazing.
And for me, I have really just found the coach approach considers the employee as a holistic person. You're
human.
This nonsense of like work stays at work and home stays at, like, it doesn't, that
Especially
doesn't happen.
in the world of hybrid and COVID, post-COVID, whatever it is, right?
We were trapped, like literally in our houses, like with no difference between work and home, right? Like it was all together. So thinking about the holistic person and how that person shows up to work, I mean, they are bringing all their home life into the workplace, whether we like it or not, right?
Yeah.
So the coach approach, I think, considers the whole human. And I can share one story that I think really helped launch me into my coaching business. Was I was coaching somebody and they were having struggles at home and, just conflict, right? And that conflict would show up to work. So what happens at work? When you're having conflict at home, you're distracted, you're not productive, you're irritated, you might be grumpy with your coworkers, you're bringing all that stuff into work, and you're certainly not doing a good job, right? So I'm coaching this person, we're having the conversation, and of course the coaching approach here is really one about asking some really great questions. It's not about telling the person what to do or giving them all the advice in the world, but it's sharing wisdom when that's appropriate, but really helping them find their own path. He went home to his wife and came back and said to me the next time we were together, he said, "You know what? My wife thanks you." And that was what really hit the nail on the head for me, because I thought, wow, the ripple effect of this work is things are going better at home. Therefore, things are going better at work. So, his teammates were feeling better. He was really engaged. He started strategizing more and being the leader that he was and stepping into that in a better way. And that is the power of, I think, the coach approach, especially when you are a leader. And furthermore, I would say for any organizations that question coaching, I would love to know the direct dollar amount on the cost of loss of productivity because people can't bring their whole selves to work and deal with these things, right?
It also works vice versa, right? Like, if there's troubles at work, well, you're also bringing that home, right? So such a great approach. Yeah. So Tania, my final question, what is the best advice that you would give the next generation of female leaders out there?
That's a wonderful question because I have lots of advice. However, I think what I see now in my coaching practice is so many women who are lost. And they're lost because they've not taken an active role in really their whole life, but their career especially, right? So I think my best advice for people is, and for women especially, is stop taking this passive approach to your career. Believe in yourself. Get out of your own way. The metaphor I love to use here is drive your own damn car, right? Stop letting people drive your car. Stop letting people get into your car and type in the GPS, the destination to where you should want to go. You should be putting your own destination into your own GPS system, and you should be driving your own car. And if that means you take a detour along the way, that's okay, because you've now decided that. And I think so many women are sitting back with their checklist of the 10 things they did really, really well. And they're just waiting for somebody to like bestow the next, learning opportunity, the next growth opportunity, the next promotion, the next raise, whatever it is. They're just waiting passively for this to happen. And they think, wow, I've done such a great job. Why am I being passed over? And then they get resentful sitting in this passive approach. Stop being passive. Get out of your own way, ask for the things that you want. And I know that for sure with my coaching clients, when I see them do that, amazing things happen for them.
Yeah.
So I say, get out of your own way, drive your own car.
What great advice.
And pick your car too, right? Like,
what do you want to drive?
What are you going to drive?
That's
you driving a little beater? Or are you going to drive like a Ferrari? Like, drive a nice car, right?
Yeah.
Go fast, go slow. What do you want to do? Yeah.
Just make it whatever you want.
Make it whatever you want.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much, Tania. This has been such a great conversation today. I really appreciate you coming out and joining me. We will have your contact information, tag you in all the posts. As you know, we'll be posting this on our YouTube channel. So if you want to have more conversations with Tania, you find her there on all the tags that we've got. So thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
and happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.